What is going on, everybody? This is Great Scots. This is Grand Tactician Civil War 1861 to 65's early access. And a lot of time has passed in the game between the last video and this one. It was mostly winter, and I assumed nothing was going to happen. Turned out there were actually two really good tactical battles I wish that I had captured on video. I didn't, so whatever. But we're back. It is now May 1st, 1862. And looks like we're going to have a battle just a bit southwest of Frederick, Maryland. And you can see what it's going to be. It's going to be us outnumbered almost 2-to-1 in men, but we are going to have about a 14-to-1 or 14-to-1 advantage in artillery. I think that cavalry number is probably overstating our numbers. If it were true, we'd have about a 3-to-1. It'll be interesting. It'll depend on the map. This was initiated, well, I would say I initiated this. I sent, this is Magruder's Hampton Division over to retake Frederick, Maryland. So basically what's happening in campaign, things are okay. I added a cavalry unit to every army, so now every army has at least one cavalry, and I upgraded their weapons. Some of the better things that are out there, but not much has happened. Pretty much back east. I was trying to figure out a way to stop losing people who were disabled in army camps, or they were with the armies, but it never seemed like the number of wounded was actually going down. So what I did a couple times is I just deleted there were a couple of units that had like 50% casualties, and I just got rid of them, reused their officers. I didn't really notice that dissolving them led to more men to recruit, which is kind of what I thought was understood would happen. So that was weird. I haven't seen the weapons come back either. And this is something I and others are following up with in Steam. But anyways, so it was stalemate over there. It was kind of stalemate out west, although I believe that's where the two battles. It says their morale is broken. I wouldn't believe that. I think this is the Antietam. Yeah. Well, if any of you are unfortunate enough to watch the War of Rights videos I post, a lot of familiar names here, right? The Burning Mama Farm from Cook's Countercharge, Roulette Lane, which is its own map in War of Rights. Sunken Road is Bloody Lane, Piper Farm, Dunker Church, Nicodemus Hill, my hated Miller's Cornfield. I always like this, the Ground Squirrel Church. Pry Gristmill. Ugh. That's not as bad as Miller's Cornfield. Anyways, you don't care about any of that. Don't love this, but I love that even less. So. Can we get everybody? Actually, we don't have to get everybody on one side of the river. Cooper's got an artillery battalion in reserve, so he can just go over there. Greg. There. Buckner. I think this is senior. Go there. All right. All right, so I won't make you watch the rest of the setup, but that's where things are. Yeah, and we will see what happens. So the last there were several battles. In 1861 took place on the Bull Run map that were much more defensible, being down 2-to-1. Actually, the numbers here, well, they're probably more generous to the CSA during the ratios, I should say. Obviously, the numbers are much higher here, but the ratios are maybe about right. Probably a little bit more favored here, but the artillery advantage we have is much better than what the actual CSA had in the Battle of Antietam. So we'll see, but I I would not expect to be able to play as defensively as I have in the past. So I'll bring you back in once I'm all set up and on the move. All right, so there's a little bit to report here. The battle is kind of reminding me of the time I played this, and I think I actually posted it. It was one of the historical battles, but it was not fought according to the historical maneuvers. So we've kind of cramped up here, just east and north of Sharpsburg. The Union's been doing a kind of dance. It doesn't really know if it wants to go north, and then when I move to meet them, they don't want to do that. And then when I go, yeah, so when I go to meet them north, then they want to come through the center. My guess is they want to come through the center. Having played the AI a number of times, they may try to go around, but they're not going to win that. They're not going to win that race. And if they do get across, it depends a little bit on where they are. And also, point out, I don't know anything about night battles, but this seems like a night battle. I think I've been moving around since 1 a.m. And so have they. And I don't know if it's because of the time of the year or whatever it's allowing it. But anyways, if they make it across here, and I don't know why the bridge is not rendering in, but anyways, if they, maybe it's a forward. I guess this is the actual bridge. This is pretty good positioning for infantry. So I could just line some guys up on the fence and shoot them. Again, I don't want to overcommit to defending in that direction until I'm more certain that they're going to go that way, and maybe they're just going to try to stretch things out here. That is understandable, but yeah, I kind of expect them to come here in the middle. But we have a lot of artillery, and so even if they do try to stretch things, again, for whatever reason, I think I maybe mentioned this already, I cannot entrench. I guess it worked for 1 or 2 battles, and that was it. So that's really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, because entrenching right now on... So I said it's not like Bull Run, but, you know, it's Antietam Creek. There are echoes of it, but it's... Holy smokes, they're getting annihilated. Holy moly. All the more reason to want to find somewhere to entrench ourselves, to try to get down below that stuff, but I'm not seeing it. And let's see. Anderson, where he is. But I have sent around my cavalry to capture victory points, and they are coming back. These guys have just gotten where they're going, so we're going to bring them back as well. Maybe have them hold this lower bridge so I don't have to devote skirmishers to it. But I would like to get them into the fight, certainly. I think from the past, what I learned is you gotta have artillery on this bridge and make it count. And I'll try to keep... I don't want to move it all up at once because then you have nobody firing. And yeah, I'll try to save... So I guess the sunken road just counts as... Oh, so they are just counting it as, you know, sunken road. Cover for whatever that may be worth. Or I think it was Scales whose skirmishers got bloodied the first time. These guys actually shooting? Yeah, I guess. So yeah, I think I said this in a previous video. I'm like so many things in this game. I'm not really sure what many things mean. I have the overwhelming number of victory points, and I haven't got any reports that anybody has shown up. Reinforcements. The Union will get theirs first, but we've taken ours. They all seem to be worth 5 and 10, and the Union holds right a 5, a 5, and a 5. And this battle started indecisive by the sea, and it kind of seems like it's been trending toward the Union since then, which I just find very strange. But maybe it's not them, maybe it's me. But it seems strange. We'll actually hold these guys forward. Casualties and all that they may take. So is Hills? Hills group doesn't know. Oh, they just switched to long range. Must have missed them in the warm up there. Is there? There's no cover. Not sure I'm going to be able to get these up. Maybe that's them. Getting into the sunken road. Alright, I think that was that cavalry's destination. Huh? Oh. Let's see, we don't need them to evade. And for the time, I don't think I need them to scout. We might need them to shoot. So we got that. Yeah, it really seems like we are fighting a night battle, which I didn't know would happen or could happen, and I think that explains why there's some fatigue. It's been a lot of marching. I'm sure that hasn't helped either, but that seems to be the case. Wood's group is quite small. I don't remember in any battle it being seriously engaged, but perhaps it was. Meh. to the sunken road. Loops all the way around over here. I did not know that. And we'll see if they take to the sunken road as well. This is this other thing. There are some units. This must be a feud. It's the only thing I can think of. But it doesn't say he's in a feud. And he knows it's long range. It's just weirdness. Okay, so they do use the cover of the sunken road. They kind of, I guess, shimmy their way in there. Guys, because they're about to run out of ammo, and I don't want to be caught when everyone's out of ammo. Everyone being the skirmishers. Anything good? Not yet. Guess that'll be forthcoming. See if the artillery is making a dent. Oh boy. It was like 100 to 200. I think that was right before, right after I brought you all on, and now it's much worse than that for the Union. Alright, they're down not much, but the repairing units coming back. Spread out and move them up. So they got that. I kind of like this gun, the Jocelyn rifle carbine. It had the 300-yard range, which was some of the best for the carbines, and it gets 10 shots a minute. I do have the option for, I think it's both a Henry and a Spencer, and they would give me 16 shots a second, but I believe their range was a bit less, and the cost to equip was something like 50% more or twice more. And given how limited ammo is already, I mean, yeah, it would be a 50% faster rate of fire, but I believe I was sacrificing 50 to 100 yards, and the finances weren't really all that great. And I know that ammo definitely runs out, and you got to be careful with how you use it. So I guess you also kind of got to be careful about the spacing of your different units. you want to keep your skirmishers near the parent unit so that when you recall them, because they run out of ammo so quickly that they can be sent back out. I thought it was Anderson I was looking for. I guess it wasn't. Okay. But if they're just going to dawdle, and this kind of feels like that historical battle where they kind of just dawdled on the bridge, or at multiple crossings, and there's nothing I could do in the historical battle because, you know, the artillery numbers are what they are, but they are badly outnumbered here. Not as badly outnumbered as they've been in, well, in terms of artillery, yeah, it's probably been as bad as it's been for them. Anyways, I'd like to see what 2,500 men with that Jocelyn rifled carbine are able to do. They are untrained as they were just recruited. We'll see. Okay, we'll recall their skirmishers now. I mean, there will be a gap in time when their reinforcements have entered. I think it's maybe like it wasn't, it was like maybe a 6-hour gap. I don't remember. It's at the beginning of the video. So it is something. That's enough time. I mean, we made it from Shepherdstown to Antietam in probably under 2 hours. And so there's no reason. Again, if these arrows are correct, and if you've watched the channel, you know that that's not necessarily true. They are supposed to get 3 different groups of reinforcements. I believe they were, well, I guess there's also this group that's supposed to come in down here. So, I don't know. Again, they're telling me my reinforcements should come in where my main force is. That's a bit rough. It's far. And I believe it was around 20 hours into the battle. And so given this battle, I believe started at 1 a.m., considering it was dark and it's 5:30 now and the sun's beginning to rise in early May, I assume that's correct. But, geez. That means I'll get my reinforcements overnight, and they might be in position by the time the day breaks. Well, Chapman's is getting a little chewed up at the moment. I don't know how much chewing they're doing of their own. But it's my own fault for not keeping my units moving together, working together. We could have probably at least 3 or 4 brigades shooting into this one, in addition to skirmishers and the rest. Kinda got most of their units over there, so try to reduce order delays in them. Storage Brigade is kind of entrenched in the reserves, so they're okay if their orders are a bit delayed. Right now, kind of in the opposite direction. We have the cavalry, although they are in the kind of spread formation. They're the ones that are kind of the center, and the brigades you can see are pouring fire into the flank. It's kind of the opposite of what I would go for. Maybe it's the right way to do it, but since Chapman's are untrained troops, I think there's a kind of larger morale shock if they take a lot of casualties suddenly. May not be true, but that's what I've believed. I think someone over here has skirmishers. Maybe not. Yes, they're all good. Woods group can definitely sit in reserve and move quickly. And pretty sure I need people over there more than I need people hanging out here. So. I guess it's the detachment that's feuding, but not Hill, Daniel Hill. And these guys are confident, which is great, but just keep you where you are. Where are you going? Okay, you're going over there. About 10 to 1. Alright, so we routed off probably that one brigade that was getting chewed up pretty bad. Trying to get over that bridge. These guys are out of ammo again. Boy. These guys will pump out a fresh unit. Florida State Militia does have skirmishers somewhere. This might be another opportunity for Chapmans to get back in there. Do some damage. Oh boy. So they appear to be inching up as if they're going to push the southern bridge here. Or they're going to push, I guess it's the lower bridge. Yeah, it's the lower bridge. That seems to be the indication. We'll see if that's the case. Well, you were promised a rest, but something came up, so that may not happen. What else could we do? We could send Hood down part of the way. Because again, this still may be a feint. They're still much closer, I think, to the middle bridge than the far one. I didn't think that they could cross here. Maybe they can. Alright. Call your skirmishers. State skirmishers. Are they continuing to push? It does look that way. Who does Buckner have? Alright, you appear to be the prime candidate. Oh, maybe that was their fake out. Well, there's mine. Right, you recall your skirms. There's more. Let's see. There's more. I think they're trying to recall theirs. Alright, so we're getting a push over here, so we will try to counterattack the flanks. Kinda gotta give these orders where we think they'll be, if and when we make it into position on time. A lot of ifs there. And if you're trailing them, it's kind of especially hard. Not sure this artillery's doing all that much out here. I don't think there is anyone out there really. They're just making a complete beeline for this artillery though. Rightfully so, I wasn't protecting it, I just kind of assumed, you know, whatever would happen. But now that artillery is going to get absolutely crunked. Maybe it'd just be easier if we spin. No, we're not going to spin. Yeah, they absolutely got demolished. Let's see. I never know which person to use to rally an army. I don't know if it's the person in the unit above them or what, but it's too bad. Wow, holy crap. I mean, I don't know if there's a function that allows you to abandon your guns. It'd be nice if there were. But that's gonna hurt a lot. Try to I was not paying attention what happened over there. I guess it was just the detachment got routed off. And now I guess they have guys in the water. Come on, get out there. Those guys rallied. went on down here because we sent a huge force across. These guys just not having it. Maybe. Well, it's little comfort, but it is some revenge. We'll get the 2 infantry regiments that knocked him out. I don't know. Maybe we'll just have them both try to rally. Yeah. And then as additional spite, we'll turn these guys around. But now with that northern flank clear, we're free to move our artillery up and focus on everyone now. Scout should go loose, and we should dismount. Right? I think that's right. Smith carbine. I don't think it's the best. They may not have gotten a new weapon. Oh well. Lines are all over the place. I blame their commander. Alright, let's try to recapture those. I don't think we got them. I don't think we got them to stop being broken already. They do appear to have stopped running for the moment, so that may be a precursor to better things. We'll see. Alright, pull some of these guys back. Thought we agreed to go get that artillery. My bet is if they already have a skirmishing detachment, they can. It's crazy, isn't it? I don't know what I want more. Probably want the detachment more than the... Because they can only pick up 4 guns, I think, per battery. I don't even want to turn and face the enemy. Don't know what to make of that. Oops, wrong button. Gotta move that HQ a little closer. I don't know what's going on there. Trying to get that morale back. Let's see, anything good? Losing men, low on ammo. Running out of men and ammo. It's all good. Actually, it isn't, but... Alright, right, you're still... You're still you. I'm gonna lie down. Although... That would give... No, don't lie down. Do give me skirmishers. See if Hill will at least recall his skirmishers, because they're standing in the way of the artillery. No, I think they've taken up running again. No, really. Stop running. Okay. Commander will... This will increase morale, but also... Order... I guess that's the right one to click. But I don't know why there's an option on the HQ. But... Overall, where do we stand? Holy crap, I lost 24 guns when that battery went. Ugh. But the casualties are 6 to 1. Come on. Panicked? I didn't think Panicked was routing now. Maybe it is. Go get him, HQ. Go get him. Try to rally him. What was the effective number left? 23,000 on their side. sure this is a glitch, because sunken road's back there. Stable. It's actually a deterioration. Okay, you're firing. You're firing. I guess they're all firing. Alright. Oh, no, no, no. That's not what I meant. And now they're broken. The only other thing I can think of is if I try to send Magruder to grab them, I don't know if he's going to be able to rally him. Yeah, we'll see. What's the worst that can happen? Alright. But if we're just going to dawdle here, maybe we'll speed things up a bit. Can Magruder get them back? I mean, they did take like 67% casualties or something like that. So, seems unlikely. Who's this? Detachment? Ruggles. I think it is the detachment. And they are low on ammo. Alright, we'll see if this skirmisher wave is prelude to another kind of headlong assault into my artillery. I don't know. Why are you going there? Nobody needs that. Alright, so these are... I'm pretty sure those... Oh. It's just showing that they have some ammo, but not a lot. Any luck with these guys? Come on, have everybody rally. If not, I'll say to heck with them. Might be in a bit of trouble though when my artillery runs out of ammo. Not on the cusp of happening, gone from a minor victory on my side to now indecisive. Now it's back to minor victory. The pundits don't know what to call it. Welcome to life. I guess they're just not going to throw out any skirmishers. Who are you claiming? Who are you? Oh, you're attached to them. You're trying to get back over there. Maybe it makes more sense to put up there. Looks like there are a lot of messages here. Alright, I've done what I can. I don't know how to get you guys to do anything. You should come back here. That's what you should do. But I'm tired of telling you. I'm tired of making the rest of the army pay the price. Because you guys can't pull it together now. Alright, so I've seen this before. Yeah, moving to the flanks is nice. I should be able to wheel. These guys may just have to stand right in front of the guns. I don't know. The only way to absorb a charge. Okay. Yeah. All your skirmishers. Where are you guys? Oh, it's an attachment. Alright, I need to take a coffee break, so I'll leave this here, pause you. Alright, back and slightly more caffeinated. I hate it when you think you left your second cup of coffee in the pot, only to find out that you actually had already drank that second cup, or most of it. You know, first world problems, but that's where I live, so those are the kind of problems I have. Right. There's my cavalry. I swore I had cavalry somewhere. Not quite sure what. Maybe move them somewhere near the center. That's the HQ. I think the weakest point in the line is this whole area down here. There's little cover. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and relatively few men. Just breaking through it, I don't know if it gets... Wait a minute, you still have a detachment? Why? Not supposed to. I don't know. Where are you going? You're going back there. Hey, they leveled up. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm finding that the ones I like are just like the ones that I end up doing. So, to me, it's probably going to be mostly sharpshooters, and since now I'm back to not being able to build entrenchments. Deadly volley, you have to be really close short ranges, I've found. Fighting behind cover is great, but it's not always guaranteed. This would be good too. But if it's between, you know, basically more rapidly increasing... What the heck is going on over here? What is this? What is going on? Who are you? Are you a brigade? Okay. And they're trying to steal the guns. Yes, that that was their idea. So in the end, I think I take sharpshooters. It's, as some may say, pretty basic ability, but it's something that I'm frequently doing, so it makes sense. I think it makes sense to do. The other ones, I could take it, but I don't know that I would ever really level them up. We don't have to worry about shooting those guys. It's actually a good target for the cavalry. And for those guys just sitting in reserve back there. Alright. Leave them to their own devices. And we'll focus. Whoa, I bet these guys are getting some long-range fire from across the river. Creek, whatever. Yeah, these guys are low. And it's only 9:30 in the morning. I'm kind of glad that happened. But I find that I'm never really going to catch the enemy. So, I just let him go. Plus, we took our fair share of casualties. I wonder if compensation for not being able to entrench, if when I take these, they'll actually let me keep the guns at the end of the battle. Oh, cavalry can send attachments to grab those guns. Did not know that. Alright. And we'll play this out, and this will be it for... I did not know you could take those buildings either. But apparently can. All that shooting, that artillery barely improved in competence. What did my cav do? They did okay. So in the end, yeah, 28 guns, man. That's rough. But fewer than 2,000 on my side and 11,000 on their side. In the grand campaign, which I'm taking you back into now, they have about a 2-to-1 manpower units, men fielded advantage. But yeah, I think that was maybe 8-to-1 in terms of casualties. Might be a bit high. Maybe 6 or 7-to-1. And that kind of seems like it's been about the running ratio most of the campaign. But we did get 4,500 rifles, though I doubt we actually did. So we took 214 dead. They took 10 times the number of dead. I only captured 29 of them. Okay, that's fine. What I was really trying to do was just hop in and take... Yeah, that was in the wrong place. Was hop in and take Frederick. And I was thinking actually after that, not going near the forts. Like that, it's not going to work. I've tried it. I mean, I'll take it, but I'll take it with atrocious casualties. But yeah, I think that this is right. I'm sure this is. I've not looked really at the Navy, and some of the stuff I've read it's probably better not to. I guess that makes sense, because it is, killed, wounded, and missing. Possibly captured by, I don't know who would have got captured in any of these battles. It's interesting that this is leveling up once we've reached level 3. I'm surprised, because I thought level 3 was the highest you could go. But hey, if they let you keep going up, great. No, whatever. I mean, this is at 3 and it's fully ranked. So it's an elite siege and maneuver army. Meanwhile, poor Joe Johnston and Lee's Army of Northern Virginia can't do anything. Including following your orders to pivot over here. But yeah, so that is not that is just kind of this thing where armies randomly appear, and I think after you click out and maybe click on something else, it looks right. This is also strange. The Department of the West was being all these armies at various times, and so they had pulled back. The problem is that Johnson's army keeps running out of provisions. I think it's food, and so I'm trying to get Kentucky to secede, and so I went over here. What? So that had been CSA. I had sent out. So it's McCall. Okay, that's the name I can't remember. And to capture this, he got about here and captured it, and so I was like, all right. Time to start going for some stuff up here, and so to knock down some of their cities. And so I was thinking about Cincinnati with him. Army of the Ohio is pretty much nothing. So I think there's not much between him and Columbus and Pittsburgh, and you can read, right? All those. So that was my thinking to break the stalemate, because when I go to recruit, doesn't matter who. You see, the volunteer pool is really quite low. And when you think about it, it takes 3,000 men to make an infantry unit. Right? 25 for cav, and I don't know, 300 something for artillery. Which reminds me, I need a new artillery group over here to replace the one that we just lost. But so we took Frederick. Yeah. So, because of that churn, and I think it has to do with the fact that people don't actually get better in the field hospitals, or the number of disabled rarely declines. Pretty sure Lee's is now higher, and all that other stuff. And so I think it just churns through the volunteers. Yeah, contracts have expired, but that's not what this is. So we'll give Greg, who's, he's got a lot of fame. I'll give him that. Buckner Sr. I think is quite good. Yeah, especially at administration. But we'll add a battery. I want it to arrive before the war is over. So make it from North Carolina. I'll make it a regular old battery, and it'll show up. All right, 19 days. But yeah, I'm thinking about having Hampton just go around and capture industrial areas. I'll be honest, for the Union's part, they've mostly castled up around Washington. Over the winter, they castled up, I guess, around Leonardtown, and not much else happened. So built a couple forts over the winter because Magruder's division, I think it's the ones with the perk that allows them to. Well, no, now it's not even showing. It doesn't matter. All right, I've droned on long enough. That's where things stand in the 61 CSA campaign, now that we're in 62, and hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to have you back when there's another tactical victory. Sorry, Freudian slip, tactical battle.